Today, I want to tell you, in case nobody has told you, it's not about you. It ain't. So today I'm going to talk about the idea of it not being about you. And I think there's so much power in that statement when we truly listen to it. And so for me, in making films and music and writing, in the beginning when I started doing music, it was all about me. Everything was about me. Even though I would sit on stage with 4 other band members, I still thought it was all about me. And it's so odd because you're there in a cooperative project and you're thinking, yeah, this is about me. And there's nothing more selfish or self-indulgent than that. And in doing that for a very long time, for years, I learned how to not do that. Don't do that. And for me, the moment that I got into realizing it's not all about me was when it's odd. It's when I kind of downsized to just me and a producer. And so I was able to switch out certain musicians and whatnot when touring with The Blend, a group I made all my most important mistakes with and traveled the country with several times over. And I would switch, musicians in and out, not knowing the damage that it was doing to the fabric of our connection and friendship and love and affinity. And I still thought it was okay. But what really, really, really pitted me against this idea of it not being about you was when, I think it was 2009, and I ran into Dr. Wiley. He was sitting outside of the Dinky Towner. I think it was like a spring-ish night. He had like a trench coat on and a man bun in the back, looking like a white Shaft, like with a fucking, he looked like a drug dealer out of like any 70s film. Like he just was ridiculously, criminal. But I was like, Jake? Huh? Ran into him, and then we started making music again. And what happened with that was I couldn't do anything without that guy. Couldn't do anything. With the band, I go, you're not available? Oh, you're available? Cool, let's do that. Oh, you're not available, but you're available? Cool, it was always interchangeable, or it was perceivably interchangeable. It really wasn't, and it never is. And with Jake, with Dr. Wiley, I began to really engage with this idea of, well, if Jake says he can't meet up to do music today, I got nothing. I can't do anything. And I immediately started to engage with the idea that it's not about me, even though the mixtape said Toussaint Morrison, even though I was writing all the lyrics, even though, I was, having a hand in production and kind of moving his hand as well. None of that stuff was about me at all. And you really learn about this in film as well. And I am curious to hear what you think about this in regards of your art. Is it about you or is it not? I know that we have, a muse, we have some ownership, we have agency in what we do. However, at the end of the day, in creating it, it's not necessarily always all about us. And could it be for the people that we want to affect with our art? Could it be for the other artists that we want to help with our time and energy? Could it be about the communities around us that we want to elevate with our art or with our energy and time? And once I started to rack my brain around my career isn't really about me at all, in a lot of cases it has nothing to do with me. It just has to do with me showing up and being present and being authentic and being a person of my word. The more I begin to detach from this outcome and idea of what I always, what I used to in the past be handcuffed to. Oh, it's got to be this way. It's got to look like that. It's got to be this, that, and the third. And once I let go of that and disengaged with, the ego of it all, I don't believe that things have gone better for me ever. Things have just moved swimmingly. They've been awesome. They've been great. I've met so many people after like letting my guard down, and I've been able to really connect with other artists on a level I don't think I would have been able to had I kept making, you know, my process about me. And so in releasing that, everything has just gone tenfold better. So I encourage you to do the same. And also a thing that I've started is a series called Urban Home Content, and you can go to Urban Home Companion on Instagram. I know it's kind of confusing, but Urban Home Companion on Instagram or on Facebook, and you can see the Urban Home Content series. It's also on YouTube as well. Just type in Urban Home Content, and you'll see all of the interviews with other artists that I make. And if you actually go to my Patreon, patreon.com/Toussaint Morrison, you'll get early releases to me helping out other artists, or not helping them out, but interviewing them and getting their story and making, you know, those projects about other people other than myself. And so, yeah, patreon.com/Toussaint Morrison, where you can join in projects, get your name in the credits of certain projects I have going on, get early releases to tracks that I'm putting out, all that good stuff if you go to the Patreon. Also, if you have any comments or questions, put them in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate it. Later.